Hello and welcome to the Formby Counselling and Psychotherapy YouTube channel. Today we are talking about Imago's couples therapy as an introduction to it. I'm David and I'm talking to, and I'm going to hand it over to you, Alison.
Yeah, thank you, David. I'm Alison and I'm a trained psychotherapist. I run Formby Counselling, which is near Liverpool in the UK. I've got therapy rooms of my own, which are available to rent by other counsellors. And the areas that I cover are Southport, Ormskirk, Skelmersdale, Wigan, Warrington, St Helens and Prescott. And being so close to the Formby Beach and beautiful nature reserve, I also offer walk and talk ecotherapy.
Okay, so we'll start with the basics. What the heck is Imago therapy?
Yeah, so Imago is a type of couples therapy that focuses on helping couples resolve conflicts and improve their understanding of each other's needs by communicating much more effectively. It's based on an idea that we all have an unconscious image of our ideal partner, and that this unconscious image influences the way we behave and communicate in our relationships with our partners.
Okay, Alison, how did Imago therapy come about?
So it was developed by an American called Harville Hendricks. He's a therapist and author, and it started in the 1980s. He was so inspired by the struggles he was having in communicating with his wife, and he found that traditional couples therapy was not really helping them communicate better. So he began to explore a different approach to therapy and called it the Imago model.
Okay, so how is Imago therapy different from other types of couple therapies?
So unlike traditional couples therapy that often focuses on problem solving and compromising with each other, Imago uses a technique called the Imago dialogue, and this is to help the couple to learn to communicate more positively. It uses 18 different psychological exercises. The hidden purpose of our adult romantic relationships is for us to find healing of the wounds we suffered as children, and we would like our partners to try and heal those wounds. Hendrix's theory was something called the unconscious marriage, a marriage that includes all the hidden desires and automatic behaviours that are left over from our childhoods, and those are the behaviours that lead to conflict with our partners.
Okay, can you talk us or walk us through a typical Imago therapy session?
Yes, so each partner takes turns listening to each other without interrupting, being critical or judgmental. And then simply the partner that's been listening reflects back what they have heard word for word. This helps each partner feel heard and understood, and ultimately leads to a much deeper emotional connection. The Imago therapist teaches the couple how to use the dialogue technique in between sessions at home with each other.
Right, so how long does Imago therapy usually take?
So this will depend on what the couple's specific needs and goals are. Some couples may only need a few sessions. Some might need more longer term to address much deeper communication issues in the relationship. And it's important to know that Imago is not a quick fix, but it's a process of ongoing growth and development.
Okay, so what are some of the common issues that Imago therapy can help couples with?
So the main issue is communication between couples. So that may also include conflicts around how to parent children effectively, sexual issues, infidelity, affairs. And it may also help with couples that have gone through a traumatic event or been distanced from each other. It's particularly effective in addressing patterns of behaviour that cause conflict in the relationship.
Okay, how effective is Imago therapy?
So it's been shown to be highly effective, but just by using the dialogue technique at home. It's research has shown that Imago therapy can lead to more relationship satisfaction and decreased levels of distress between couples.
Okay, sounds really promising. How would couples go about finding an Imago therapist?
Yeah, so just have a look online and search for an Imago therapist, or just ask your family or your friends who may have already had Imago. There's plenty of Imago therapy workshops and actual retreats that you can go on where you can practice the technique of the Imago dialogue. Of course, if you're in Liverpool, you could contact me via my website, and the link is in the description below the video.
Okay, that's great to know. What advice would you give couples who are considering Imago therapy?
I think you need to have an open mind and give it a try, and a willingness to work on the relationship. Imago is a powerful tool for helping you to communicate better in your relationship, but it does require both partners to be fully committed. And it's important to find a trained Imago therapist who you feel comfortable working with.
Sure. As we're trying to keep these short, I have one last question for you. Do you find that one partner is more keen than the other? And if so, how do you deal with this?
Yeah, it's not uncommon for one partner to be more enthusiastic and motivated. And it's quite common for couples to have different levels of motivation and commitment to come into Imago therapy. So I would work with the couple to try and understand the reasons for these differences in motivation. But I'd first create a safe and supportive space where both partners feel comfortable using the Imago dialogue technique with each other. It's also really important to ask both partners to commit to staying in their relationship for at least the initial 12 weeks of therapy without considering separating or starting divorce proceedings. My goal is to create a collaborative and supportive environment where both partners can feel heard and understood in their relationship.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights. As always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
So thank you for asking these questions, and I hope it was useful.
We're at the end. So next time, I think we're going to be talking about addiction and transactional analysis. And for now, we're going to say goodbye. So goodbye.
Bye.